Imagine a situation that you visit the bank with your grandfather. He made an inquiry in the bank regarding different schemes for a fixed deposit of 5 lakhs. The manager explains for the deposit of 3 years, he will get 6% interest for every year, and for 210 days, he will get 4% interest per year. Now, your grandfather deposited for 3 years plan successfully. Now tell me, what helps your grandfather to pick the right plan? This is called mathematical reasoning. This helps to manage and calculate the interest and compound interest. It also helps to figure out the best method to invest and save money. Now, let us discuss in detail how to deal with the mathematical statement using connective and. Consider a sentence. A point occupies a position and its location can be determined. In this statement, two sentences are connected using the word and. Now, let us break this compound statement into two component statements such as a point occupies a position and the other one is its location can be determined. Now, hope you understand about the compound statements, right? Now, let's see another statement. 42 is divisible by 5, 6 and 7. And this can be broken into three component statements such as 42 is divisible by 5, 42 is divisible by 6 and 42 is divisible by 7. From these three compound statements, we observe that the statement 42 divisible by 5 is false and the other two statements 42 divisible by 6 and 7 are true. So from the result, we should remember the two rules while dealing with a connective and we are going to deal with that. The first one, if all the component statements are true, then the compound statement with and is true. If any of the component statements are false or if all the component statements are false, then the compound statement with and is false. Now, let us concentrate on some few examples on each case. Write the component statement for the following compound statements and check whether the following statement is true or false. First statement, a line is straight and extends indefinitely in both directions. From this we can understand it has two component statements. That is, a line is straight and the other one, line extends indefinitely in both directions. Here, both the component statements are true. So, the compound statement is also true. Next, the second statement is 0 is less than every positive integer and negative integer. The statement has two component statements. That is, 0 is less than every positive integer, 0 is less than every negative integer. So, here the first component statement is true. 0 is less than every positive integer. 0 is less than every negative integer. Is it true or false? It is false. So, the compound statement is false. Next statement. All living things have 2 legs and 2 eyes. The component statements are all living things have 2 legs and the other one is all living things have 2 eyes. So here both the statements are false. Hence the compound statement is also false. Okay, now find the component statement for the compound statement. A mixture of alcohol and water can be separated by chemical method. Is it possible to break the sentence? No, because in this sentence we can notice that and is used not to connect two sentences. It is simply used to refer two things, that is, one is alcohol and the other is water. So, the above statement is not considered as a compound statement. This type of sentence shows that all the statement with the word and is not a compound statement. Now, let us discuss about the connective or through an example. Consider a statement, Two lines in a plane either intersect at one point or they are parallel. The given statement can be written in two ways. That is, if two lines are not parallel, then they intersect at a point. Alternatively, we can write if the two lines are not parallel, then they do not intersect at a point. We can observe that both the statements are true, right? In order to understand the statements with or, first we need to notice that the word or is used as inclusive or exclusive in the statement. Now, let us discuss about this with more examples. An ice cream or Pepsi is available with a thali in a restaurant. This means that a person can have only ice cream with thali or only Pepsi with thali. So, the person who does not want a Pepsi can have an ice cream. A person cannot have both ice cream and Pepsi at the time. Here, the connective or is used as an exclusive or. Now, observe this sentence. A student who has taken biology or chemistry can apply for MSc microbiology program. This statement means that the student who have taken both biology and chemistry can apply for the microbiology program. Also, students who have taken only one of these subjects can also apply for the microbiology program. So, here it is inclusive or. And it is important to note that the difference between these two ways, because we require this when we check whether the statement is true or not. Now, let us look on few more examples to identify exclusive and inclusive or. Square of an integer is a positive or negative, which means that if the square of the integer is positive, then it cannot be negative. If the square of the integer is negative, it cannot be positive. So, here the or is exclusive, right? Another example. To enter a country, you need a passport or a voter registration card. The sentence means that the person can have both a passport and a voter registration card to enter a country. So here the or used is inclusive. Next, the students can take French or Sanskrit as their third language. The meaning of the sentence is student can take only one subject, that is either French or Sanskrit, and cannot take both. So here the or is exclusive in this statement. Now, let us focus on some rule for the compound statement with or some rules we have to follow when we use the compound statement with or. A compound statement with an or is true when one component statement is true or both the component statements are true. Now, a compound statement with an or is false when both the component statements are false. Let us infer these rules through some examples. The school is closed if there is a holiday or Sunday. The component statements are school is closed if there is a holiday or school is closed if there is a Sunday. So here both the component statements are true. Therefore, the compound statement is also true. Now, let us look on another statement. 125 is a multiple of 7 or 8. Then its component statements are 125 is a multiple of 7, 125 is a multiple of 8. So here the component statement both are false. 125 is not a multiple of 7. Similarly, 125 is not a multiple of 8. Here, both the component statements are false. Therefore, the compound statement is also false. Again, consider the following statement. Mumbai is the capital of Maharashtra or Karnataka. The component statements are Mumbai is the capital of Maharashtra. Then, Mumbai is the capital of Karnataka. Now, can you tell me, is the first component statement true or false? It's the capital of Maharashtra, so it is true. Now, what about this one? Mumbai is the capital of Karnataka. It is false. So, since one of the component statement is false, as we know that any of the component statement is true, then the compound statement is also true. Now, let us focus on quantifiers. What do you mean by quantifiers? Quantifiers are phrases that includes phrases like there exist or phrase like for all. Now, let's see a statement. There exists a rectangle whose all sides are equal. The meaning of this sentence is that for every rectangle, all sides are equal. So here, the phrase there exists means for every or for all, right? Then consider another statement. For every prime number p, root p is an irrational number. In general, a mathematical statement with the phrase for every can be interpreted as all the members of the given set yes. So, the given statement means that for all the members P of the set S, root P is an irrational number. Alright? Now we have seen different mathematical statements using special words and phrases. As we know, some mathematical statement uses condition. Do you know the name of these statements? We will discuss about such statements in the upcoming video. Now, let's have a quick recap.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.